Well, hello. Goodness sakes, we're back again. It's Tuesday evening and it's our Wisdom Chats for the Curious. We are so tickled to be here this evening. And I want to introduce myself, of course. I'm Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe. And our other co host is Marian LaSalle. Say hello, Marian.
Hello.
Oh, that marriage. She's our chief technical expert. And our guest right now is having a little technical difficulty, so she'll be here in a minute. So there's Marion. And then we have our wonderful Peggy Sue Skipper, who's going
Hi.
to. Oh, hi, Peggy. We're so glad you're here too. Since our guest isn't here, why don't you start off with a little bit of information again about the Wellness Expo that's coming to Houston soon?
Yes, actually the Conroe area, the greater Houston area in Conroe at the Lone Star Convention Center. But I'm really, really excited about this prospect. It will be Labor Day weekend. So that's the first weekend in September. It's September 5th and 6th. And of course, we're going through this whole starting to reopen the state right now. So that gives, I know, right? So we gives us all of June, July, and August to see how that's going. And then, I really feel so hopeful that by Labor Day weekend, we will have a green light to gather and meet in person some of these fabulous people we've been having on the show. And you've done a great job, Louise, of lining up the guests. And, some are from Houston, some are from Dallas. That's one of the exciting things about this particular Wellness Expo is that we'll be bringing those communities together to share best practices, to meet each other. So I'm really excited about that. I feel like it's going to be such a needed thing and so welcome by Labor Day weekend,
Yes.
and we'll be ready. So we are part of the reason that I'm excited about this show and doing this with you ladies is because I think that the more we talk about it, the more excitement we generate about it, the more energy we're creating to manifest it.
Exactly.
I
And
mean,
our metaphysical community in the Houston area in particular has just it's kind of drifted apart because we don't have any big leaders who do the expos, who do conventions, who do monthly meetings and networking events. They've all kind of moved into other areas, so the whole community has scattered. And
well,
that's
that
unfortunate.
yeah, it's kind of gone back underground is the way I look at it. And so it's
Why do you
not,
think that is, ladies? Because it used to be really big.
It was.
yes. I think there are a lot of reasons for that. And I think any movement or philosophy or thought process has an ebb and a flow as it's growing. So it comes out and then it goes back in, it kind of a cocooning and then comes back out again. And I feel like it's time for it to come back out again. I mean, one of my wonderful visions for many years has been, a platform where we could all sing and dance together. And that's what I see this Wellness Expo being, a platform where we can come together and people can come and share and learn and grow
And grow.
and grow.
I met some of my most favorite people in the world at wellness expos around town.
Me too.
So I've been to Galveston, I've been to Texas City, I've been to a lot of different places. There used to be a few here. I can't even remember the names of them, but there used to be places where you could go and meet some interesting people and join in groups and clubs and different things that were going on. I just thought it was a wonderful idea. And then I just started noticing that little by little, everything just kind of shriveled up. And I always wondered why that is.
Yeah.
And we should be getting stronger, not weaker, right?
I
Well,
think so.
just because it's less visible doesn't mean it's any less strong.
True.
It's just what I see is pockets, pockets of groups. But again, gone more underground. But we saw this in the 60s where, the age of Aquarius was dawning and astrology became really big and people really got into learning all this stuff. And then, by the 80s, it kind of gone back underground again. So then it resurged again. So it's in and out. And I think any philosophy or thought process or practice like that goes through that as it's growing,
It does.
So I think it's time to come back out of the cocoons.
Yeah. Well, Peggy, I'm going to bring back a memory for you.
Oh, please. I think.
Do you remember the purple pages?
The purple pages.
The purple pages.
I do not.
It was I've forgotten the lady's name. She put it together. It was like a directory for the metaphysical community. And
yes, I do remember that.
Wasn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Somebody listening to this, take heed if you're looking for a project. Put together a new purple pages and let's get our metaphysical community back together.
Yeah.
Because, even our networking community is not together right now as much as it should be. Hey, there is Sandy. Hi, Sandy. We're so glad you're there.
Well, and then we also had the Indigo Sun for a long, long time.
Oh,
yeah. Losing Ginger was tough.
Yeah. So that was kind of a glue for the community too.
It was
the Indigo Sun. And that's been missing now, about 4 years?
Oh, has it been that long?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I've lost track.
So
it was a community that was so huge. Mary Denny used to have the Club of Choices. Every month she had a wonderful speaker, and we had a good group, and she had little vendors that would come and show their wares and their whatever they offered. And we had a blast every month. And then that faded away. And I don't know, it's time for our resurgence. And I think the Expo is going to do it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think one of the reasons that because of the ebb and the flow, what happened was because things started ebbing, the people who were putting those things together just couldn't do it anymore. They couldn't make any money at it. There wasn't enough money.
I was just going to say, it takes a lot of money to rent a space, to try to get everybody together. Like, who's got that kind of money? You need sponsors, right?
Well, it's not only money, but it's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of effort. You have to put a lot into it. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited that Felicia and her group are bringing this concept to Houston, because they've been doing it for almost 30 years in Dallas. So they have a system.
They have a system. Yeah. Well, Karen's in the audience and she's got a couple things to say.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
The first thing she says is, maybe you need a mini before the biggie here in Houston.
We would if we could.
Yeah.
And then she says, what better way to build up the big one than to promote in a hotel or convention center to get a few people spaced apart to walk, talk, and enjoy. Lots going on Labor Day weekend. Just saying.
I love it. I love it. We appreciate you, Karen. You're always right there with some good comments and questions. And we'd love for the rest of you out there who are watching live, you can do the same thing. And all you have to do is click that little link that's in the description above the video or below the video, depending on where you are. And it will allow Facebook to give permission to our software, StreamYard, to publish your name when you comment. We'd love to see your name down there. Hey, that's publicity.
Or just go over to YouTube. You don't need any of that.
Yeah, we're kind of prejudiced. That's okay. It's all good. And we love doing this show. And we're so disappointed. There's Peggy. What did she say, Marian?
She says, are any of you associated with the Greater Houston Metaphysics Meetup Group that meets twice a month?
No.
I didn't even know anything about it. It's a secret.
See, there you go. That's one of those pockets. And they're all over the city. A lot of groups that are doing things, in little pockets, but not really any place or any time during the year where all those pockets can kind of come together and talk to each other and share things.
Yeah, Karen says, how about Louise's backyard for a mini or someone with an outdoor space?
There you go. Yeah, that's a good
ready.
idea.
I am ready. Oh my gosh, that would be fun. Maybe we'll just have to do that. Maybe like in July or something. Maybe early.
I don't know about outdoors in July.
It's going to be hot.
No.
Yeah, that's Texas for you. We want air conditioning in the summer.
Well, I'm a pretty brave soul, but I tell you what, July is pretty brutal.
It can be. It can be, yes.
July, August, and September. I wish I was in Michigan with my daughter and grandsons.
Well, that's why I go to Colorado usually in the summer.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You have a house in Colorado. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Hey,
You'll have to take me with you. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm not even going this year. So, yeah, I'm going to miss that. But, this is just in a good year for it. So there you have it. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think a mini gathering of some kind would be awesome. It's just, I have to put my thinking cap on about that.
Yeah.
Sort of a preliminary to the real event.
Well, Marian, that wonderful hotel where you've been to other networking meetings. It's kind of an open space, and there's a bar, and they have a restaurant, and they let you use it for free, don't they?
Yes. However, I don't think anybody's really making any plans right now for gatherings.
Well, no, I know not now, but
yeah,
that would be an air-conditioned place.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and Karen says, or maybe a drive-by.
No.
And Peggy Sue could do a meditation from a loudspeaker.
Exactly. Well, we just have to wait and see what happens, whether or not even September will happen. But, depending on who you listen to, what's going on. But I just personally feel that, at least for now, we're going to see over the summer, things quieting down a bit. Now,
hey, Leslie.
Hey, she's here. Hello, welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
We've missed her.
I can see the delay.
Well, let me just tell you a little bit about Leslie while she's working on herself right there. I understand that Leslie is a life coach, and she is going to have a booth at the expo. Does anybody know anything more about Leslie?
Well, she's what she calls a late bloomer. She went to college in her 50s, and she was shy just a few credits of getting her bachelor's degree in psychology, I believe. And she decided that she needed to do what she did best and to follow her passion. And not very many people have the courage to do that. And her passion is to help others be the best they can be, which is huge. It is just huge. That's why she became a life coach. And she teaches how to do it from the inside out, because that's how we're all going to do it. We can't do it like learn to do something on the outside. It has to come forth from within us, from our inner core. And I can't wait to hear how Leslie describes it.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see. How you doing, Leslie?
I hope I'm okay.
Yeah, you sound good now. You sound good.
Good.
Well, give us a little bit more.
Wonderful thing.
Well, give us a little more background on yourself there, if you would, Leslie, so everybody will get to know you.
Well, I'm a mother, a grandmother, and those are important things to me as a woman. I grew up at a period of time that's what you were supposed to be. And so it's important. And I chose to go on to college in my 50s. And I thought psychology, which is something I've always been interested in, I thought that would be the field to go in. But I didn't fill that void that I needed, which was to actually do what I'd been doing all my life, which was helping people. People would come to me, women would come to me and ask me, what do you think? How do you handle what you're doing? So after researching and talking around, I decided that life coaching was exactly what I wanted to do. But I also wanted to understand that it comes from the spiritual side. The root is in my spirit, because I can't do anything on my own physically. But if I could find then I can become a whole person. And that's how I see it. And kind of giggled at the, out, because obviously we're hopefully out of the house so much. But I've done the wellness thing. I've done the spiritual on the mystic side. I've done really, my passion and my love is to help people where they are, to make them who they should be. Not, I can't make them. Let me rephrase that. To help them be the best that they could be.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Wow, that is huge. So give us a little tip that you would probably give to one of your clients on how to be the best they can be.
I think you have to be grounded, and it's something I work on every day. You have to set your feet on the ground every morning, set your intentions, and follow those intentions. Now, like a tree, those roots can bend and mold into a different direction, but you have to understand that those directions may be following the sun, following where you need to go, but you also need to stay grounded.
And how do you do that?
And be who you are, follow what you need to follow, and be good to yourself.
That's key.
Do that when I wake up and I set my feet on the ground. And mine is prayer, and I am, my God, please, help me stay rooted and grounded, keep my faith forward, and to understand what I need to be doing, and let me see what the wrong way is, and always keep me
Leslie,
where I'm helpful to other people.
Okay. Yes, ladies,
down at night and rest.
Leslie, there's quite a problem now with your internet.
I've done a good thing.
So I'm going to kind of talk over you because we're not able to understand you anymore. So why don't you try using your cell phone? Because that's what Peggy Sue had to do when her internet wasn't cooperating. So you can use the same link, just use your cell phone and try to come back in, because we really do want to talk to you and we still have time.
Yes. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, we all do. We're all like, what is she saying? So try coming back in with your cell phone, okay?
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Technology sometimes fouls us up, and we go around it. Marian is known as the go-around queen, right, Marian?
Yeah, and I've got my friends doing it too. Peggy Sue said, I'll just get on my phone. I don't, and it worked, right, for a long time. And now all of a sudden,
I have had to do all of these shows up until tonight on my phone till my internet finally got strong enough. And it was frustrating, but you do what you have to do.
Yeah, if it works, that's what counts. And we have had cell phones not work too. So
well, that's true too. You just have to go with what's working in the moment.
In the moment.
And for a while there, she was doing pretty good. You could hear her, but her lips weren't moving right. But that's okay.
We got to hear her anyway.
Yeah. So one of the things that she said that was intriguing to me is when you first get up in the morning. So I typically pop out of bed because my dog wants to go out or something. And so I'm like, okay, I got to make the coffee and let the dog out and, and feed her. And okay, how long before I got to get ready to go? And you know what I mean? So I was thinking to myself, maybe I could set my alarm a little earlier before she has to go out.
Uh-oh.
That didn't work.
That didn't work.
That didn't work. As soon as I get up, she's like, "Oh, you're up. Maybe I could go out now." So I thought, okay, so let's go around the go around queen here. I really want to do what Leslie was talking about and just be quiet in the morning, put my feet on the ground and pray and ask to be grounded and ask for guidance throughout the day and just whatever's coming up, right? I love that quiet time because nothing's going on. And that's the time you could communicate and with your higher self, with your God, with whatever it is that you want to communicate with.
Yeah.
Right?
I love to communicate with nature. Being out here in the country, I'll get up and I am one of those. I don't pop out of bed. I get up and okay, I gotta get up, so I'll get up, and it doesn't matter what time it is. Sometimes it's early, sometimes it's late, and then I'll feed my kitty, and then he wants to go out immediately. He loves to be outside, especially with the weather so nice. So I'll go out with him. Hey, Leslie's here.
Let's speak to us, woman. We're dying to hear your words.
You're muted.
Oh, you have to unmute yourself. It's down at the bottom.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There you go.
Yay.
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 I'm back.
Okay, so we had just gotten you out of bed and you were praying.
Yes, I set my intentions. I pray and ask God when I set my intentions that I am the best that I can be, that I help who I can help and be, the example for them, and if I'm not, show me that I'm not, because that's what I need to know. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and let me correct it. And so that's how I set my intentions each morning.
That's awesome. I often wake up in the morning
intentions.
and what I'll say is, okay, team, how are we going to amaze each other today?
Exactly.
And Karen says, great team players. Yes.
Oh, goodness. It takes all kinds, and we're it today. This is working for all of us again.
Yes.
So thank you for giving it the extra try, Leslie. We appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm fascinated with life coaching. I think life coaching has become sort of, sort of an industry unto itself.
It has.
It's sort of an industry unto itself. And what I love about it, because you said you went to college for psychology. I took psychology classes in college as well. The thing that stopped me from going into that field was if you are a therapist of any kind, you are a bit limited in the things that you can say and the ways that you can interact with people.
It's true.
Because there are ethics, and not that I want to be unethical, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that it's not the way I work best.
Correct.
So did you found that too?
Oops.
I bet you she's getting a phone call. That happened to Peggy Sue too.
I found one ethically, there's things that you can't say, you can't do. And it's not that it's a bad ethic. It's just that's the way the psychology works. And I'll be honest with you, in my soul and in my spirit, there's some of the psychologists I can't agree with. Oh. And, I'm not saying it's bad or good or indifferent, because there are certainly people out there, psychologists, therapists, that absolutely help mentally ill and people that really need that. Absolutely. But life coaching are for those that want to know what direction to go. They need a little help to say, can someone kind of guide me? I'm a little lost, or I need to back up in this avenue here to see which direction I really want to go. It's not that they really have mental health problems. They just have had a change in life. We all do. I mean, we go from, being newborns to our spring, to our summer, to our fall. And when you're in those seasons, we get lost, because I was just telling somebody the other day, I said, look, we've spent 3/4 of our life, if we're mothers, we take care of children, we take care of family. And now in the latter part of our life, we have to figure out, what do I do now? I have to take care of me. And that's what usually life coaching needs to teach us or help us with, is to take care of ourselves, to be the best we still are.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a lot you can say about that. The first day of my first psychology class in college, they showed the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh my God. Well, that should have
Uh-huh.
scared a few people
I was
off.
like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? I don't think I want to do this. But I've heard a lot of energy workers talking about how they had to become a minister just so they could touch people, Reiki masters, all these other, they had to become a massage therapist with a license, or they had to, they had to go around the system somehow. And that's really what it's all about. It is in there for a reason, because there are people that take advantage of us humans, unfortunately. But
Absolutely.
sometimes it costs extra money or time or both, to go around that. But I think it's worth it when you're working with people, to give them what they need. When Leslie was talking about how we just might need, it's not maybe a mental illness, it's just that we need a third party or someone to help us get through something. Like you can't see it when you're in it, type of thing.
Right.
And you don't really want to talk to your family or your neighbor or your church. You want to talk to somebody that doesn't, have any influence.
A neutral sounding board.
Yeah, that's it.
It's true, because, well, if you're too close to the situation, it's really hard for somebody to see. Really, really hard. And I've walked those steps. I've walked the depression due to a change in a life event in my life. And I'll be honest with you, she wasn't a life coach, but she became my life coach, because she was there. She wasn't close to the situation, but she was there, and she helped me to see directions that I had never thought about. So it's there. And I think life coaching, most of us have gone through those events. It may not be exact, but we're very, very close to it as far as how we went through it. So that's what we're there for, is to help somebody else go through.
You're a very good communicator, Leslie, and I hope that you're going to at least have a booth at the expo, or you're going to have some way. Oh, good.
We are. Sandy Rylene, who is the founder of Perpetual Coaching and Consulting, and I'm with her on that. And so we have a booth there. We have one in Addison as well during that one, that wellness. We're excited because we have a spinning wheel. That's our prizes that we like to give away. And we also have 2 beautiful baskets that we're giving away that day. But we're doing quick 5-minute sessions. So that means you got one question for a life coach, come talk to us. We'd like to talk to you about it.
And I think you can still get free tickets if you go to wellnessexpo.net. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 events, so don't get confused when you go to the website. Right. You can go to the Dallas event, or you can go, or both. You can go to the Houston. That's what I plan on doing.
Absolutely.
I want to go to both. I'm a groupie. I love groups. I love people. And even if I have to wear a mask, I'm okay with that. Like, I hope they continue on, and they still have it, because I'm excited about the energy and meeting new people, especially, light workers is what I call us, light workers, people who want to bring light into the world, not darkness, light.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Peggy Sue, are you going to go to both the Dallas and the Houston?
Well, I'll certainly be in Houston.
Well, you're going to be the MC. Yeah. You better.
I'll be there. But Dallas, I'm not sure about. I just don't know right now what my schedule is going to be, if I'm going to be able to do that or not. I'd like to. So, like everything else, it's on hold. Until we see how things are going, and if they're even going to have it.
Well, we're just going to believe they're going to have it. We're not going to put that back behind us. We're just
that's how I feel. Yeah, I believe it.
I do have a question for you, though, Leslie, because this is a subject that's near and dear to my heart, and I'm wondering if you ladies address this. Because one of the things that I found in my work, for one thing, I sort of specialized when I worked with people, and I did coaching. But I specialized in working with highly intuitive people. Those were the people that were attracted to me, and those are the people I work best with. And, you know, one of the things that has always bothered me about the psychs, the psychology, psychiatry, there's no place for psychic in them. You know, they don't.
Well, that's true. I think, you know, there's some lean in there. Whether you want to call it psychic, for me, it's intuitive.
Right,
For
me too.
Because, well, simply because, you know, the psychic brings out, you know, that you're kind of a carnival act. And I hate to say it that way, but I'm being as honest as I know.
Yeah.
And for me, it's about intuitive, because I believe that we are given by your God, my God, however you see him or it, in that the universe, that we're given knowledge to see our life. I don't tell futures, don't tell fortunes, never have done that, but I can tell you that I've seen events and things happen in my life that I had no knowledge of. There was no reason that I should know it.
Right.
But it happened. So I think psychology needs to understand that. Of course, if they can pinpoint that little brain cell in there that says this is it, this is what does it, they'll be okay with it. But the reality is, I do better with people who are actually empaths, not necessarily psychic or you know, intuitive.
Yeah,
but empaths, because empaths are difficult. For them, it's difficult because they don't understand where all those feelings are coming from.
And what to do with them.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah, I get
a couple questions in the audience. That's me. Never mind.
Talk to us, Marian.
Peggy Moore says, how do you encourage people to jump off the roof, not literally, and take action to do what they want to do? Sometimes dreams are stunted by fear, money, etc. How do you light that fire for them?
You know, you just keep asking them questions and letting them find that root that is causing that fire to burn, because they have a fire within them. You know, and I'll be honest, there's still avenues. I mean, you know, I'll be honest, I have a 9-to-5 job, you know, because I have to pay bills too. But you know, there are people out there that will tell you, just jump. Sometimes it's easy for us, sometimes it's not, but you just have to keep talking to them and see, let's find that root. Let's find if that's your real passion. And then eventually they'll find it and they'll jump.
Or not, or they'll find out that it's not where they want to be.
Correct.
You know,
Karen says things are scary when it's you going through it. Sometimes there is no explanation to family and friends what needs to happen or move forward. Yeah, I agree with that.
Absolutely true.
That's correct, because it's not like you don't have an open wound. You have an inner wound or inner problem. It's not like you've got a bump on your head, because the bump is on the inside sometimes, and that's what's hard to make people understand what you're going through.
And that's Bruce Ross. He goes to church with me at Unity, and hey, nice to see you here, Bruce. Bruce, if you give permission to Facebook, they'll let us see who you are. See, I can see who you are because I'm over here on Facebook on my other screen.
Special.
But everybody should know Bruce. He plays in the band. He's part of the music. He sings like an angel, and he plays the guitar. And I've even gone to see him at different places around Houston. He's fantastic. You all should you should check him out on Facebook. Bruce Ross. He's awesome.
Cool.
Okay. We'll do.
That reminds me. I wonder, are they going to have music at the expo?
Don't know.
Oh, we'll have to ask.
Yes. I guess if nothing else, we can all sing.
Except for me. You don't want me to sing. Oh, no.
Nah, me either.
I tried to sing I tried to sing happy birthday to a good friend of mine, and she goes, oh, no, that's okay. Never mind.
Keep that happy
stop.
birthday to yourself.
You can't stop somebody from singing happy birthday to you.
Well, see, I sing happy birthday to my friends on their birthday oftentimes. I think I did to you on your last birthday, Marian.
Mm-hmm.
But I leave it on their voicemail. You know, I try to call when I know they're not going to answer. So, you know, they're free to delete it anytime. You know, it's not there.
Oh gosh. Well, Leslie, I just admire you so much because I don't know of anybody well, except my late husband, who went back to college in their 50s. He was in his 50s when my late husband went back to college. And he was shy of his second degree. I don't remember what it was now. It's been so long. And one day, long before he got ill, his older son said, well, Dad, what are we going to put on your tombstone? Dr. Colonel Dewey or Colonel Dr. Dewey? So what would we put on your tombstone that would be who you are?
I think I would like to say that Leslie became the best that she could be.
That's beautiful.
That is nice.
That's beautiful.
We have time for one more question before we go into our meditation. So Peggy has a pretty deep one. You ready?
I'm ready.
What do you say to a person that may have been an empath but got scared by something they were able to envision? How can they get back to being able to do that? It scared it out of them.
And believe me, I've been there. So, I mean, it never scared me enough. One, the world of an empath, it is about feelings. It is about recognizing what it is. Only thing I can tell you is that you have to go back in slowly and start by journaling, start by, marking. If you're in a room with people, mark what your feelings are and recognize them, but also recognize them that they're not going to hurt you. They can't physically damage you, only if you allow it. So therefore, you have all the control. And that's what you have to realize as an empath, as an intuitive. It is your control. It's nothing that they can do to you. It's what you allow to happen. Yeah. So what are you afraid of? Are you afraid that of the unknown? That's really what you're afraid of, is the unknown. Oh. So you just have to take a deep breath and take one step at a time, like putting your toe in the water. You just start back over.
Right.
It's sort of like if you start an exercise program, you're going to start slowly if you're smart, because if you start too quickly, you're going to injure yourself, and then you're going to be behind square one. So you want to start with a sensible routine that you can build on. And the same thing when you start honoring the gift of intuition or empathy, empathic abilities. It's best to start slow and find some place where you can do it in a safe place. Okay. Not necessarily with your friends or family, because they're going to see you in a certain way.
It's true.
And it's important, right, Leslie, to have a safe environment where you can practice. Yeah. The way you get better at anything is practice.
Yeah.
So it's very important to give yourself that time. So,
it is. And most people, and I'm so sorry, Peggy, I did not mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't.
The thing is that most people don't realize how they're intuitive. And one of my favorite things is that you meet somebody, you have an instant connection with that person. I mean, it's like you've known them from day one, before eternity. Why is it that you know that person? Because you're intuitive to who they are and where they came from. And so that's the biggest thing, is just, like she said, if you want to learn it and understand what you have going on, it is a practice. You have to practice it, and you have to set your intentions as to what you want to do with it.
Very good.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, you know what time it is, ladies.
Yeah.
It's time for me to get some loving.
Lady Lou.
And send some loving.
Yes, thank you, Leslie. So,
Oh,
Marian,
thank you.
Great to meet you.
For us, will you, before the meditation?
What's that?
Take us out before the meditation.
Oh, okay. So I want to thank everybody for being here. And I want to thank the expo, the Wellness Expo that's coming up, for helping us bring in these wonderful people, these intuitive, wonderful gifts that we have been given. So thank you very much to the Wellness Expo. I think that you all should go get your tickets right now while they're still free, wellnessexpo.net. And Peggy Sue Skipper, wave a little bit, Peggy. Peggy Sue is going to be the MC here in the Houston area. It's the Conroe, Houston area, type of area. But we are excited. I would go 100 miles to go. So I think that you could drive maybe 20 miles, right? Thank you, Leslie, for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, ladies.
I can't wait to meet you.
Yay!
I can't wait to meet you. Can't
Yeah.
wait to meet y'all.
Yes, same here. And thank you, Lady Lou, for being here with us as well. And all of you who are out in the audience, thank you for joining in with us tonight. We are here live every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. We're on Facebook and YouTube. If all the stars align, all the guests can come on. That's good. So Peggy Sue is going to take us out tonight with a deep, relaxing, beautiful meditation. So if y'all don't mind, just sit back, relax, and let's let Peggy do her gift for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, so in this particular meditation, very quick. It's usually 5 minutes, but we're running a little late, so it's going to be a short one tonight. So I just ask that you sit back and relax and start deep breathing. And for this particular meditation, I ask that you breathe in deeply through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. And just continue that cycle, in through your nose, out through your mouth, with deep, deep belly breaths, and focus on your breath. Even more than my voice, focus on your breath. Feel that breath going up in through your nostrils and out through your mouth, and concentrate on making that in-breath and that out-breath exactly the same length of time, so that you're receiving and giving in equal measure. And as you inhale deeply through your nose, feel, see, sense the beautiful white healing love light that enters your body on your inhale, saturates your body. And as you exhale, it cocoons your body and also sends that energy out to everyone else on the call. And then breathe in what everyone's sending you. That supercharged love light. Breathe it in. Once again, feel it saturate your body. And as we breathe out, send it out to the whole world. Let's just bathe and cocoon the whole planet in this beautiful white love light. There is an endless supply. Just breathe it in. Breathe in what I've sent to you. And then send it back out to me and to the whole planet. Thank you for that. And breathe it in and out. And feel that energy. That energy that is cocooning you, actually holding you, healing you. As your body feels more and more relaxed. Breathe it in and send it back out. And as we do this, we are collectively cocooning the planet with pure love. We have the power to do that. And we also have the power to receive that. So breathe it in. Know that you are divinely loved and protected. And send it out. and know that what you're sending out is being graciously received. So one last time, breathe in that beautiful energy. And take this energy with you into your night and into your day tomorrow. And when you think about it, shoot it out again. There's always more where that came from. So until next week, enjoy the energy and good night.